Oh, man. I just came off the defibrillator. Yeah, I had to get revived. That was a tough one. But then you ask yourself, did the Houston Texans really deserve to win this game? I would say no. They gave the Titans multiple opportunities. You was on so many highs and lows, enough to put you in cardiac arrest. But these are the situations throughout a ball game that I be talking about. You can't pull this stuff in the playoffs. It's going to be problems. We had it all in this game. Defensive breakdowns, offensive line failures, continued penalties. Out of all of that stuff, you still had an opportunity to win this game 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And you failed all of them. No business losing to the Tennessee Titans. They shouldn't even be thinking about playoffs right now. They got too much to fix. The inconsistencies that continue. CJ Stroud is not even playing himself. How many errant throws, bad throws, he's going to keep putting out there? Missed opportunities on first downs. You had it all. Turnovers. You got D'Amico Ryans on the sideline looking puzzled. Puzzled with little less of emotion on offense. Defense, different story. Defense made plays, but it wasn't consistent. They had some breakdowns. They gave up big touchdowns. They went over the 21-point threshold we talk about. Yeah, this is a tough one. We're just waiting on D'Amico Ryans, and I'm pretty sure C.J. Stroud going to add his bit. But, man, I tell you, if you're a Houston Texans fan, you got aspirations of going to the playoffs, getting deep, fighting for a Super Bowl, you're very disappointed. In the last few weeks, even though some might came in the wins. But you know better than I know, this is not going to fly in the playoffs. Here go D'Amico Ryans.
Moment late in the game after CJ had been called for that safety where the cameras kind of caught you, your eyes were wide. I was just wondering what you were thinking in that moment after that play.
It's a disappointing loss for us. We didn't do anything well enough to win this game. Out of all the positives that we did have, there were way too many negatives, right? Too many negative plays, right? We score, we get a penalty, we get touchdowns called back, get penalties on special teams. It's just way too many negative plays defensively, like unexplainable, right? Explosives for touchdowns. It's just, we didn't play good across the board, and that starts with me, obviously. And we weren't ready to go as a team, so that starts with me.
D'Amico, I know all losses are frustrating, but what's the most frustrating part? Just coming out the field, what do you think about that? What's the most frustrating part about this loss?
The most frustrating part about it is, out of all the bad things that happened, we still had a chance to win and finish the game, right? Everything that could go wrong, it went wrong, but we still had a chance there, to tie it up, and finish the game, but we didn't.
The second half scoring has been an issue for a few weeks now. It was an issue again today. What's kind of left to try to maybe get that going? And has there been a constant that you've seen from some of those issues?
Yeah, the first thing is we have to create positive plays, right? Too many times, whether it's run or pass, we have a negative play, which it just kills our drive. So first thing first, how can we sustain positive plays and build drives? Too many drives, we're stalled out before we can even get started.
A lot of the things that we've all asked or you've replied with kind of the issues throughout the entire year. How come a lot of the little things have been so persistent in holding you guys back from reaching the potential that you guys do have?
Yeah, again, we have to be able to finish games, and that's been an emphasis of ours, is going out and finishing. And, we did it. We didn't execute. We didn't finish the right way. And you can put that on me first.
Coach, you guys lost the last 2 one-score games. Is there a growing concern right now that you guys just need more from the offense?
The concern for me is we need to play complementary football, right? We play complementary football, we win games. When we don't, we're not relying on one side, right, to carry the entire team. So whatever happens, our offense gave us enough points to win the game. So that starts with the defense. We didn't do enough to stop them. We didn't stop the run, and we didn't run the ball well. And we gave up way too many points on defense. So our offense did plenty. They gave us enough points. In defense, we had to be able to stop them.
There's been a couple of short situations this year where you guys have gone up tempo. What goes into the decision-making process to maybe get up to the line of scrimmage as quickly? Is that something that you're talking about with Bobby before that happens?
Yeah, that's part of our strategy, depending on the game. So that's sometimes we use it to catch teams, subbing or to catch teams off guard.
You kind of mentioned this a second ago, the inability to run the football today. What were the problems? Was it just finding open creases? Was it Tennessee's defensive line? What went into the issues up front?
Yeah, again, it starts with their defensive line. They're a really good front, right? Really good front. We knew that going into the game, but it doesn't matter. Every front is good. You gotta own the line of scrimmage. So you have to be able to control line of scrimmage and run the ball. We didn't. We had too many negative plays in the running game. And defensively, we didn't set the edge well, and the ball got outside a ton, and we didn't tackle well. So all of those mistakes are the making for a pretty bad run defense.
We got time for a few more.
Well, D'Amico, obviously, it's real easy to see the bad things that happen, but you did have a couple of good things, and one of them was Chris Boyd recovering the fumble on that muff punt.
Yeah, a lot of positive things happen. I mean, for us to get the turnover we talked about throughout the week for special teams, create a turnover, we did that. Defensively, to get a pick six, get 8 sacks in the game. It was a lot of really good things that happened, for our team. But the negatives just right now just outweigh the positives. So, our guys continue to do good things, but we have to string it together to where we can finish and celebrate those positives right after the game.
To that point, kind of just touched on there, but how do you assess a performance like that when you do have 8 sacks and 3 turnovers, one that goes for a score, but also ultimately not being able to get it done and defensively can add any points?
Yeah, how I assess it is at the end of the day, it's not good enough, right? At the end of the day, we're trying to finish the game with a win, no matter how that looks, and we came up short.
I think there was one point in the third quarter where you all were trying to figure out whether to punt or go for it. What happened there?
Nothing happened. I decided to punt the football.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
All right.
There you have it, D'Amico Ryans. Frustrated. Semi-peed off, but he won't show it too much. But he said one telling thing. Offense did score enough points to win the ball game. Defense just have to make stops, which they made stops, but it wasn't consistent the whole game. They made key stops. They turned the football over, got some interceptions, got fumbles on special teams, but they gave up big plays. That's the difference. They stopped and kept everything tight, all in the middle, but they allowed breakouts. Those breakouts turn to points, puts pressure on your offense. Next thing you know, C.J. Stroud has to make plays multiple times. Offensive line is not holding up. And what you have, you get sacks, you get hurries, you get interceptions. C.J. Stroud didn't look himself in this game. Like I said, a lot of off balls he was throwing. A lot of little missed opportunities. And he threw 2 picks. Unfortunate. You can't lose ball games like this. That's what it comes down to. In your division, This team was dead in the water. They're not going anywhere. They've been pitiful the whole season. And you have them in your backyard and you don't get up and you don't take care of business. That is disappointing. This late in the season. And not only that, you're supposed to be making a lot of noise when you get to that playoffs. Fight for a Super Bowl. Because the Titans are not the Baltimore Ravens. The Titans are not the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Titans are not the Buffalo Bills. The Titans are not the 49ers. You have problems with this team, you won't have a shot with the other. Here's C.J. Stroud.
First, I just want to thank Jesus for this opportunity to play in the NFL, playing on Sunday, and just very grateful to him of being my savior. I mean, the first one couldn't really see much. Try to put it in the window, and we just weren't on the same page, and can't do that right there. That's giving them points, which ultimately led us to lose. And then the second,
somebody needed to hit defrost on that window, if that's the window he was throwing through.
If I get it to him, Nico has a lot of space to run. So just 2 mistakes that I made that can't happen.
Well, CJ, obviously had a lot of good things happen today, but where do you think the biggest struggle comes in offensively in the second half recently?
You can point a lot of places, but I always point at myself. I'm the leader of the offense. I got to get us rolling, get our rhythm, and we got to find a better way to end the first half better, start the second half better, and that's ultimately starts with me and taking care of the football and getting into a rhythm, running the ball well, getting us into the right reads, the right looks. So I would just say that's why. I mean, that's how we're gonna get better. It's just I got to be better.
CJ, going in, you have one more game for the bye week. How do you make sure that you guys get back on course, go into that bye week fully healthy to be able to come back out for the final 4 games of the regular season?
Got to practice really hard. Got to be really on each other. Everybody has to look themselves in the mirror and try to get things fixed. So that'll be the plan for this week. Practicing, getting better. Personally, I got to get better. As a team, we have to get better. And trying to go to Jacksonville and get a dub before bye week.
CJ, is there ever a sense of how we're in this position again when you face some of these second and third and longs that feel like have been consistent for a few weeks now? Is they were wondering, how does this happen again?
I know he was taking accountability, but you don't want this to start to seem like it's scripted to where you're getting used to saying these things, because now it just seems like you're reading it off the paper. No emotion, just taking blame. We got to get better. You don't want to do that every week. Don't want to do that every week.
Again, how are we in another second, third, and long situation?
Not necessarily. I try to one play mentality as best as I can and try to execute the next play. Whatever down the distance it is, I try to put my team in the best position to get the first or to get an explosive or whatever we need to help the team. So that's just my mindset when it comes to that.
Obviously, you have all the time in the world. From your perspective, what do you have to do? You said you get better personally. What do you feel you have to do to improve on to help get the offense back on track?
I got to just practice better, play better. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, I haven't been playing well personally from my standard. I have a couple good drives, a couple good plays here, but it's just up and down right now. So I got to just, for me, I feel like it starts with practice, and then it comes to the game, staying focused. And I mean, I've been focused. I watch as much film as anybody, and it's just sometimes it doesn't go your way, and I got to be harder on myself, and realize that games can't come down to me making plays, and I didn't make enough, and I gave up the ball twice today. So I got to just be better, and I know that. So there's no time. I'm not going to hold my head down. I'm gonna, do it! Chest high and just, I know I'm still a great player, but I got to just, put better stuff on the field.
CJ, how much has some of the pressures and the sacks early on in the season caused you to be in the pocket later on this season?
Not much. I mean, I would say I've been pretty comfortable. Today I was pretty comfortable. We went I think 3 quarters without a sack, and then the fourth quarter gave a couple, and some of them were my fault. So, yeah, I would say I'm not really too affected by them. I try to sit in there as best as I can, or when it's not open down the field, then I try to take off and make a play and, just be smart with my legs as well. But I haven't really let it affect me too much.
I see 2 quick kind of questions. What was supposed to happen on the play that you all got called for illegal motion?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll ask the second quick one after that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a quick motion with Tank, and, it was miscommunication on my part in the huddle, and, 2 motions at the same time. That play kind of maybe seals the deal. You go down the 1, or I don't know if Nico scored. I stopped paying attention, but, if he scored, then, we give our defense the chance to stand up and then run it out, or, we're on the 1, run it in or throw it in, and then we give our defense another chance. So that's things that can't happen. I got to be better in the huddle. I got to give the play better and, make sure guys are on the same page. And even when we break the huddle, still communicate a little bit and make sure, everybody's doing what they're doing. But, yeah, it was my fault.
You mentioned not being sacked in the first 3. Did you feel like the Titans brought more pressure in the fourth quarter? Or was it something did they bring more pressure in the fourth quarter?
No. They brought a 0, and then they brought a couple of dropout mans and things like that towards the end of the second half. The end of the first half. Second half, they brought a 0 and some little one-backer replacement pressures, but nothing insane that we didn't think about. But ultimately, yeah, I wouldn't say it affected me.
Last 2 came and then Paul.
Hey, CJ, you mentioned it a little bit earlier to Jonathan, but can you talk about the challenges just collectively you guys are having on offense from the communication standpoint?
It really hasn't been that crazy. There's a couple protections here, a couple things there, but I wouldn't say there's been too much. But that'll cost you the game is one mistake. That's NFL. That's there's the best players in the world. And I told you guys how good the Titans defense was, and we got to be better as offense and give our defense a chance to stand up at the end.
Collectively, it seems like the little things offensively that have been happening all season long in terms of just little mistakes, talking about illegal formations and things like that. At this point, what from an approach perspective, practice leading up to the game, can you guys do differently to maybe get different results?
You got to keep practicing and keep playing. You tell me. I don't know. That's all I know how to do is just practice better, play better, meet better, do everything better, and when it comes out like that, it's not fun, but, it's part of the game, and we'll use it one game out of the year that'll teach us a lesson. Sadly, we have to learn right now, or it'll teach us in future years. And for me, I'm just, going to use this as a time where I need to look myself in the mirror and get better. So, all right, Josh.
Okay, that's it. But I want to say one more thing before I head out of here. Kaimi Fairbairn, 28-yard field goal that he missed. I'm not going to kick the man while he's down, but I just want to add, I was on Kaimi Fairbairn real hard over the last few seasons. Know he broke a record. Know he's in the record books for the 50-yard field goals. Well, the reason why I was very hard on this guy because he's missed field goals in the past. Clutch field goals. He makes them deep. He hits some good ones. And he's won some games off of his foot. But games like this, when it's real tight and you really need it, for some reason, he misses the field goals that really count. And understand, he's made some that count. But moving forward, you have to knock those through. Playoff time, points like that are key. Can't afford it. He got to get his head right. Get back in the game. Like I said, I'm not going to kick the man while he's down. That was a horrible miss. You can pretty much say, tied the game. I ain't said he was going to win the game, but he could have tied the game up. But even without Kaimi Fairbairn field goal, Houston Texans still didn't deserve to win this game. They didn't lose the game because Akimi Fairbairn missed the kick. They can point at a whole lot of different things that lost this game. And you might run out of ink. So before we get out of here, Dallas Cowboys. Can y'all believe it? Did y'all see the ending of that game? Did y'all see the ending of that game? Commanders went down with seconds. Big touchdown to McLaurin. Had a chance to tie the game up. Talk about Fairbairn missing a kick. This man missed the extra point to tie the game. The Commanders lost to the Cowboys on a missed extra point field goal. I guess you had all the adrenaline going. Everybody's excited. They jumping around, think the game is already won. And forgot you got to pipe it down a little bit. Take a deep breath, calm down, go up there and tie the game. Man fumbled a snap, but he did a hell of a job of putting it right back up. As soon as that ball left his foot, it was bad. Game over right there. Unbelievable, but exciting ending. The Kansas City Chiefs. And of course, I picked the Chiefs this week. Who wouldn't? Going against the Panthers, right? But the Panthers hung in there. Panthers had a damn good shot of winning this afternoon. But Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He does it time and time again. We all know this. Some act like they don't want to see it. Well, got more games going on. I'm not going to hold y'all up. Finish this Sunday out. But Sunday night, Eagles, Rams for sure. I'm pretty sure y'all will tune in for that. Last game of this slouchy Sunday to send you into making it Monday. Get that busy week up and strolling. So thanks for y'all time. Enjoy football slouchy Sunday. This Goodymo Sports quick hits and unfortunate by these Texans. Should be fine-tuned at this point. And we know about the offensive line. We expect that now from the offensive line. But you can't do other things like break down on defense, giving up big plays. 32 points. 32 points. Remember what we said. 21 and under. That's a great defense. Offense, 27 points, enough to win it, like D'Amico Ryan said. But if you really look at it, Houston Texans could have scored 40 points in this game. Yeah, could have scored 40. So that's it. Thanks for y'all time, and we out of here. Enjoy y'all slouchy Sunday. More games to come. We out of here. Peace.